Good morning. To those of you who have been our fellow travelers and kindred spirits since the first Ateneo Professional Schools Sesquicentennial Congress of 29 January 2010, I welcome you back. And to those of you who are our new co-venturers, a hearty welcome to you all. Because time has a way of fading memories, allow me to quote a line from the last few paragraphs of the welcome remarks I delivered in this very same auditorium to open last year's Congress. I quote, "The real value of all the talk that happened is the action that follows, and the true worth of this Congress here is what we do hereafter." As in last year's Congress, my task this morning is to loop you into the inside story that has led to today's second Congress. This is best done, I believe, by establishing the connection between today's event and the first Ateneo Professional Schools Congress of last year. The Ateneo Professional Schools, or APS, consist of, by order of founding, the Ateneo Law School, here led by its Dean Cesar Villanueva, the Ateneo School of Government, the Ateneo Graduate School of Business, led by Dean Albert Benviaje, the Ateneo School of Government, led by Dean Tony Revilla, and the Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health, whose dean is myself. Last year's first Congress was the professional school's distinctive contribution to the Ateneo de Manila's 150th anniversary. In adopting the theme, building the nation by attacking the poverty challenge, by building capacity of individuals and institutions, that Congress frontally recognized the pervasive and seemingly intractable problem of poverty as the main challenge to building this nation. And from that recognition, posited the proposition that the Ateneo, as a learning institution, can break new ground to do battle with this old and well-entrenched enemy and prevail. Three realizations served as the foundations of the first Congress. The first, the distinctive nature of the four Ateneo Professional Schools imposes on them a unique mandate to take a leadership role in leading the university to address the poverty challenge. The second, the renewal of the university's engagement to serve national purpose more directly, more urgently, and more robustly would be better articulated by our partners working in the front lines throughout the land. And the third is the imperative to provide an appropriate and effective staging area and vehicle by which the Ateneo Professional Schools could break new ground and jumpstart the university's renewed engagement of building the nation. All these realizations then were what shaped the character and color of the first Congress last year. Accordingly, stories from the front lines were the heart and soul of the event, providing three perspectives as lenses. The first, governance and leadership, or making institutions work for all citizens, especially the poor and the marginalized. The second, mobilizing communities, meaning engaging every citizen in the task of building the nation, specifically by increasing one's own human capacity. And the third, entering into each other's world, shorthand for discovering and learning to trust one another. The audience of some 300 or so persons, guests and partners from industry, from academia, from social development circles, from the public and private sector, were indeed enlightened, inspired, disturbed, and moved to action and greater engagement. And the storytellers who inspired so many of the participants continue to spread seeds of hope by the good work they continue to do in their respective communities and organizations. Yet, as many things in life, the flame and fire that perhaps burned in some of us then flickered and waned with the passage of time. And upon our return to the normal scheme of our lives, faded in our memory. For our part, the four Ateneo professional schools sought ways to sustain the desire and hunger for something to happen beyond last year's Congress. Thus, in July 2010, the professional schools were privileged to enter into a partnership with Business World to publish a column every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. The column, aptly called Poverty, Capacity, Nation, serves as a platform for many stories from the front lines. The column becomes a venue for our partners, and we hope it continues to be so for more co-venturers to tell their own stories of struggles, trials, and triumphs in doing combat with this old enemy we call poverty. Over the past 6 months, we focused our efforts in ensuring that the stories told through this column are compelling and aligned to the goal of building capacity. Concomitantly, these months also served as precious time for us to incubate and nurture ideas to maturity. And in the course of doing so, allowed us to deepen relationships and build community amongst ourselves and with partners in the front lines. In the world of thought and ideas, in the world of learning, ideas become more valuable when concretized and brought to bear on improving people's lives. Proper timing, however, is a critical factor for good ideas to move people to engage. Sometime in early September last year, Mel Oracion, Executive Director of the Ateneo Center for Educational Development, acronym ACED, told us stories of school children fainting in school on the days it was their turn to skip meals so other members of the family could eat. Some of us were surprised to hear how commonplace these episodes were. Apparently, undernutrition accounts for absences, low levels of energy, and poor school performance of many children. No